Hello and welcome to another video here with Club Danube. Hope you guys are doing well, and today we have another A320 Neo flight here. We're flying the A320 Neo using the JetBlue livery here from Los Angeles to Seattle Tacoma International Airport. This flight will be roughly 2 hours long today, 2 hours and 15 minutes perhaps at most. We'll try and fly a little fast on purpose to try and complete the flight as quickly as possible. You can see some of the ground services disconnecting. That is a catering truck right there. Has disconnected. It is finished. Cargo loading, I believe, has finished. It will close up probably in a while. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead. We'll get inside, get the aircraft started up from cold and dark, and hope you enjoy this flight. There it is, the cargo door, the cargo loading completed. Right about there, we should see this close any second. But anyway, without further ado, let's just go inside and get this aircraft started up from cold and dark. Okay, here we are in the cockpit of the Airbus. Let me see what time I've set. Okay, let's just set that to real time right there. Real time in Los Angeles, 5:31 a.m. We can kind of see the sky lightening up a little bit, but anyway, let's go ahead and get this aircraft started up from cold and dark. So we'll start off obviously by turning on our batteries. Let's go overhead. If I can even find them. There they are. Batteries 1 and 2 to on. We'll also connect external power. We'll turn that on. We need to turn on the light of the dome here. Okay, panel lights are on. That's excellent. It's enough for us to work for now. Strobes can come to automatic. Nav lights can come on. Let people know we're in the aircraft. The APU master switch can go on, and we can start our APU here. Let's have a look here. Wait for the flaps to open. Let's brighten up the E-cams a little bit. There we are. APU is starting to power up here. Just brighten everything up really quickly. I can't even see the knobs right here. Okay, won't worry about that right now. Got two knobs somewhere here which are supposed to help us with the lighting. I cannot even see them. Oh my goodness. It is dark in here, isn't it? Let's actually go overhead and turn on the dome light so that we have an idea. There it is. Turn on all the panel lightings that we need here. So increase our PFD and MFD brightness. Okay. Ta-da! Let's have a look at the pedestal here. Floodlight a little bit. Just a little bit. Floodlight, just a little bit, 10%. We need these lights up to 100. Any other lighting to worry about? No. Okay. Let's see. Let's go overhead and turn off our pedestal lighting. Yeah, that's about right. That looks good. Okay. Let's go outside and have a look at our APU here. You can see the exhaust gas is being given out by our APU. You can also see that Southwest taxiing behind us. Anyway, let's go back inside, continue on with our startup here. Let's go overhead. Crew supply can come to on. Emergency lights can be armed now. No smoking can be put to on. Why not? We can also put our annunciator lights to bright. They're already on bright. Okay. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and set our ADIRS to nav. We have the alignment time set to instant, so we should be able to see the attitude indicator pop up instantly over here. For some reason, it is yet to show. I don't know what's going on. Every time I try to record a video, something goes along with this attitude indicator. Or the ADIRS always gives me issues, man. It's kind of annoying, but okay. Let's come back here. The next thing to do is go into our McDo and programmed in the flight plan for the day. Apart from that, we've got nothing else. It has come to life. It was just a delay. Never mind. You can also turn on the brightness on the co-pilot side just to make it look a little more even. Okay, that looks good. Okay, let's go to our McDo and program in the flight for today. Like I said, we're flying from Los Angeles to Seattle, Tacoma. So let's go to our initialization page here. KLAX, which is Los Angeles International, / KSEA, which is Seattle, Tacoma. Okay. Excellent. Flight number for the day can be CDN3. Why not, right? Okay. That is done. And let's see, what else? Coast index is 100. Today's cruising altitude will be 35,000 because we are going to take 2 hours to make this flight. We might as well go a bit high. Let's continue here. Zero fuel weight. We can just take that up from the scratch pad. Our block fuel for today, 12,000. So block fuel. Let's have a look at our tablet here. I'll look at the fuel. Let's increase our fuel here to about 12,000 right here. Okay. Sorry, let's do that to 13,900. Yeah, let's do 13,900 today. Why not? So 13.9, let's put that in 13.9 in case we need to divert, etc. I haven't done the calculation, so just to be safe, let's carry way more fuel than we actually need. Then what else? Flight plan. Our waypoints for the day, we have our departure and destination. Before we set the arrival and departure procedures, we will go ahead and set our waypoints for the day. Waypoints for today are Pasque, followed by Tioga, followed by Rufus, which is interesting. Rufus. Followed by Powell, followed by LTJ, which is a VOR, I believe. We're using the LTJ waypoint today. Okay, so there is that. We can clear this flight discontinuity. Let's go to our departure and pick out our departure for the day. We're going to be taking off from runway 24 left today, right next to where we are parked. 24 left. And for SID, we'll be using the Lady J4 SID. The Lady J4 SID. No transitions today. We're going to insert that into the flight plan. Another discontinuity, we can clear that quickly, why not? Let's go down to our destination, pick our arrival. We're going to be landing into 16C using the ILS today. So ILS 16C. We're not going to auto land, by the way. Manual landing, but we'll use the ILS to bring us in. The star we're using is Skyhawk 1. Skiko 1? What is it called? Yeah, Skiko 1. Skiko 1, insert, no transitions, and we have another discontinuity. We can clear that. There's a manual heading here. So at this point, we will fly on this track of 250. When we're ready, we can direct the MCDU to fly our plane directly to Magnum once we're ready after Heather. You'll see it in action. Explain more as we approach end of flight plan, and that's it. There's no alternate flight plan for today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to our performance page. Flaps 1 for takeoff. Transition altitude today we'll be using 5,000, and V1, V1, V2, and V1, VR, and V2. So we have 123, 124, 128. Okay, rotated 124. V1 at 123. With that, our McDo setup is complete. We can now go to the MCP and configure the autopilot right about here. Okay, our initial climb at altitude is going to be 10,000 feet, and that's all we need to configure on the Airbus panel, because we're going to be using the manage mode for climbing and for descent and for cruise, way right up to the point about 1,000 feet, maybe about 2 nautical miles away from the runway. That's when we take control, and we'll fly it manually. Okay, apart from that, as you can see, because we have managed mode available, that means we have set the McDo up correctly. Now let's go ahead and calibrate our altimeter. Just press the shortcut, press B here. You can see that the QNH has been inputted in all 3, I believe. Yeah. And we have barometric pressure set. Now let's continue here with our startup. Control 8 to go overhead. Seatbelts can now come on. Okay, seatbelts are now on. External power 2 off, because we have our APU running. We're ready for pushback, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look outside quickly before we ask for pushback here, shall we? Okay, there we are. Our logo lights are on, our wing lights are off for now. That's okay, we can turn them on. And jetway is still attached. We can ask that to disconnect. Actually, when we request pushback, it's going to disconnect by itself. So let's turn on the pushback system here and call the tug. That should prompt the jetway to go away. Actually, when we remove parking brakes, the jetway goes away. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Pushback is being connected. Jetway is being removed. Door is now closed. All doors are closed. Okay, we'll just, it says tug is attached, but it's a delay between the graphics and what the tablet tells us, eh? All doors are closed. We're ready for pushback, ladies and gentlemen. Got coffee here, JetBlue. Should probably get a beverage for today's flight. Anyway, let's actually begin our pushback here. How are we going to push back today? Simple. Although we can't see much, it is 5:30 a.m. somewhere near that time. Los Angeles. Let's check. What is the exact time before we take off here? 5:42. Okay. We're gonna go behind like this. Then we're gonna follow this taxiway. See that taxiway right there? We're gonna allow the pushback to go take us behind. We're gonna follow this taxiway right here and take this turn onto the runway. The runway is right about here. Okay? Okay, without further ado, let's go into the tablet. Allow the pushback to... Oh, we have to do that. Okay. Allow the pushback to begin pushing us behind. In the meantime, let's go ahead and turn on our beacon lights. Let people know we're about to start our engines. Fuel pumps can come on. Arm doors and cross-check enhancement made in the cabin. Fuel pumps to on. APU bleed can now come on, and let us go ahead and start our engine, shall we? Ignition, we select the engine mode selected ignition, and number 2 engine starter to on. Master switch to on. N2 is rising. N1 is also slowly rising. N2 is still highlighted. We have to wait for... Let's go outside and have a look at our engine starting up, shall we? There it is. Can we hear anything? Yes, we can. Very nice sound, isn't it? Okay, let's go back inside. As lovely as that sound is, we've got things to do, don't we? Okay, still waiting on the N1 percentage here. Okay, we go back inside. That is ready. Okay, we can now go ahead and turn on our second engine as well. As soon as the highlight goes away, by the way, we have the available light on engine as well. That means the generator is now functioning, isn't it? Yes, it is. We can actually turn off the APU generator if we like, but we'll hold on for that. We don't need to turn off the APU gen. We can just turn off the APU once we are done. Okay. Engine number 2, engine number 1 being started up, the one on the left side. Our pushback is continuing here as well. Lovely looking aircraft named Bippity Boppity Blue, jet blue. Okay. JetBlue does have quite a savage advertisement. Commercial that JetBlue has is quite savage. You should check that out. In case you haven't come across that on social media, go check out Savage JetBlue commercial. It's quite fun. Anyway, we are seeing a taxiway. Let's actually allow the pushback to continue taking us out into this taxiway right here. So we're just going to allow it to continue right now. Okay, let's go back here and okay, engine startup is complete. We can select our engine mode selector back to normal. APU bleed can now come off because we've got engine bleeds running, I believe. Yes, engine bleeds are running. Master switch for APU can come off. We've got our APU. There it is. APU has been shut down. It will take a while to go down, I believe. Right? Yep, it will take a while. In the meantime, we continue to taxi. I want us to go behind all the way till that taxi line. Let's see. The temperature is dropping. If you haven't noticed, it's dropping quite slowly, but there it is. The engine exhaust gas temperature is dropping. Let's see. APU is off now. We are still taxiing, as you guys can see. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just allow pushback to take us all the way to that taxi line before we tell it to disconnect. 365, still running. It takes a while to shut down this APU. Anyway, we should probably go overhead. APU master switch is off. APU is available, but still available, huh? Okay, we're not going to worry too much about that. Let's just go back to normal. APU will turn up by itself, and let's go back to our pushback here, and there we are. Let's actually go to the left, sorry, to the right. So let it line ourselves up with that taxiway that you see in here. Okay. Okay, I'll ask you to pause there, turn on the parking brake, remove the tug, remove the system as well. You can see the tug being removed. There it is. The tug is being removed. Our APU is still giving out gases, but we're not going to worry about that. It should switch off momentarily. Anyway, that's that. Before we let's just quickly have a look at the weather, shall we? Before we actually begin our taxi here, let's have a look at the weather really quickly. At KLAX, what is the weather? 18 degrees Celsius and 0 wind. That's brilliant. KSCA, lovely day to fly out. 29 degrees Celsius and a 4-knot wind. Still very, very manageable. Lovely. With that, we can turn off the tablet. We can that's pretty much it, isn't it? We can now begin our taxi. Let's release the parking brakes here. That should get us rolling. It hasn't gotten us rolling. That's funny. I'm gonna open the throttle up a little bit just to wake the aircraft up here. Give it a bit. We'll crack the throttle open as well, just to allow it to taxi. There is a servo delay on the A320 and all Airbus aircrafts, which I'm tired of talking about. I hate taxiing them because of that, but today doesn't seem so bad. Plenty of aircrafts lining up for takeoff today, isn't it? Hopefully we're not taking off. Yeah, we're not taking off from any runway where the others are lined up for, which is not exactly good news, but means we don't have to wait, right? Okay, let's drop our flaps to position number 1. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Let's arm the ground spoilers here. There we are on the runway, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Lined up with our runway for the day. Just put on the parking brakes really quickly here. We didn't turn on taxi lights. Well, we forgot. My goodness. How could we forget to turn on taxi lights? It's actually missing from my checklist here. Isn't that funny? Flaps to take off. Yep. Actually, it was right there and I forgot about it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, that is not too much of a deal here. Let's go ahead and prepare for takeoff, shall we? Flaps are set, ground spoilers are armed. Let's set our lights here to takeoff. Let's confirm that by going overhead here. Lights are on, takeoff. Strobe lights need to go on as well. We'll turn on wing lights, it's a nighttime takeoff. And runway turn-off lights can remain off. Okay, with that, we are ready for takeoff, and let's go for takeoff, ladies and gentlemen. Parking brakes released. Toga set. Actually, we should probably turn on our TCAS automatic as well. Okay. Well, our announcement came a little late from the captain, but anyway. V1 has been reached. Let's rotate. Smooth rotation, positive rate. Gear up. Flaps up. Just realizing that. Okay, let's dip our nose a little bit here.
Traffic.
Oh goodness. We'll ignore the traffic. I'm just realizing this is a little too bright for my liking. Can't read the letters. Okay, we'll turn on we'll turn on the autopilot, allow it to take over, and we'll also put our lever in the climb detent, thrust lever in the climb detent, and auto throttle has been engaged as well. We'll begin our automatic climb out to 10,000 feet now. Just work on this brightness a little bit so that I can see better, because the contrast ratio is horrible when you increase the brightness too much. Anyway, let's go outside and have a little look, shall we? Because everything seems to be in order right now, I believe. We forgot to turn on our auto brakes before we left, but we're okay. Let's go outside and have a look. Ooh, I must say, it looks lovely, doesn't it? As we leave Los Angeles behind, it looks lovely. The nav lights, the logo lights have come to off automatically as we climb here. Let's have a look. We're about to cross 5,000. That's our transition altitude. Lever is not set to climb here. Okay. Let's set our altimeter, the barometric pressure, to standard here. And we are good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Let us go outside and have a look. This looks lovely, doesn't it? There's an aircraft underneath us right there. We are turning to the right. Just like that. We leave behind Los Angeles on our way to Seattle. And we are flying slightly due west, I believe. Yes, slightly due west. But lovely to see the sunrise coming up here. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We've left Los Angeles behind. Aircraft's looking lovely. There isn't much to see outside, I'm afraid. You know, we are taking off at sunrise. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's actually head back inside now. Oh, looks nice. Another aircraft, presumably heading towards Los Angeles here. Very nice. Aircraft's looking lovely. We are turning back over onto the land. We're a little over water. We turned into the water. Now we are turning back onto land as we fly up north to Seattle. Very, very nice. Look at that. Look beneath us. How lovely is that? Incredible. Okay. Hold on a minute and enjoy the views. We are flying over land and it looks very, very beautiful here, as you guys can see. And I think we've reached our altitude today of 10,000 feet. Let's go back inside. Oh, we're still coming up on 10,000 feet. My bad. There was no need to rush here. All right, about to reach 10,000. The scenery is absolutely beautiful. Definitely worth checking out here. Look to our left. Look at how incredible that is. Look at how incredible that is. Anyway, let's put our climb out altitude to 35,000. Let's go to our cruise altitude for the day. 35,000. We'll put that on managed climb mode here, and we will allow the aircraft to automatically climb us towards our cruising altitude for the day. In the meantime, I continue to look left because my goodness, isn't it lovely? It is incredible. Okay, as we begin our climb out, let's have a look at what the passenger is seeing. Go inside and oh wow, I should definitely do more early morning flights and late night flights, that's for damn sure. Look at this. Look at this. Incredible is the only way to describe this. Okay, let's go ahead and have a look at the views. Now that we've put the aircraft into managed mode, there's very little for us to do in the cockpit except, almost forgot. Landing lights to off now. And the nose wheel lights can also come off. Obviously, wing lights can also come off. And that's it, basically. Now I'll catch you guys at top of descent. And go ahead and enjoy the views and the montage. All right.
Just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As it begins to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your seatbelt belts clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley carts shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating in the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
hello, and I am back, and we have just crossed our top of descent here. So what we'll do now is we're 34 nautical miles away from Skyco. We're supposed to be at 16,000 feet at Skyco. Yeah, it says 14,500. Okay, so we need to be even lower. So let's actually go ahead and put our altitude here at 14,000. Put manage mode here. We will now begin our descent into Skyco. Ladies and gentlemen, we've begun our descent.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated till the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there we have the announcement made by the captain that we are descending, and the view is looking really, really lovely out the passenger window today. Nonetheless, let's go back in the cockpit. Okay, and we can see that we have begun quite a steep descent here towards our altitude, target altitude of 14,000 feet. We can be at 16,000 feet if we want to, and we'll still be perfectly fine within our descent profile for the aircraft. But since we do have an altitude restriction here according to the McDo here, 14,500, we'll actually descend down to 14,000 feet. In fact, we should go to 14,500, shouldn't we? But anyway, let's continue the descent. We're going quite fast, and that's worrying. I don't think we're going to actually make 14,000 at Skyco. I unfortunately was a little late coming to our top of descent. I wanted to start descent when we were 50 nautical miles from Skyco at least, but we only started about 30 nautical miles away from Skyco. That's my bad. Nonetheless, let's see whether we'll actually make this 14,000 here at Skyco. Only 15 nautical miles left, rapidly descending, and the autopilot, we're on manage mode. Okay, we're on manage mode now. It's taking us to 290 knots of speed. That's good. So we can go in a little steeper, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, everything is looking good here. Everything is looking good. Any warnings? The wheel steering, whatever. We don't need to worry about that too much. I actually don't know how to turn the nose wheel steering on or off on this particular aircraft, by the way. Just being honest. I actually don't know how to do that. Maybe I should go and learn that for sure. I've been looking around the cabin. I cannot find where I can turn on the nose wheel steering and turn it off. But yeah, I'll probably learn that. Figure it out. Let's have a look at the weather conditions where we are arriving today at KSEA, Seattle Tacoma International Airport. Let's have a look. 5 knot wind. That means 1 knot stronger than when we took off. 21 degrees Celsius, quite cold. Decent temperature. But yeah, quite cool. Cool day. 5 knot wind, not too bad at all. Let's have a look at anything else to look at. Not really, is there? 429. Let's just go ahead and turn off. We're making a turn here. There it is. The waypoint of Skyco has just passed us, and we have failed to reach our target altitude by a long way, by 10,000 feet. But at Huvus, we're supposed to be at 13,000 feet according to our descent profile, and we have a restriction of 11,500, which we're going to miss, I'm guessing. But nonetheless, let's just go down to 11,000 here. We'll actually make the descent down to 10,000 feet, straight down. We are not going to make that at Huvus. I doubt it. We might, though. We still might. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. What's after Huvus? After Huvus, we have Heather. We'll call it Heather. Same altitude. Okay, so we're definitely going to be back on track with the McDo descent VNAV and with our planned descent profile for the day. By the time we reach Heather waypoint, we'll definitely be back on track. That's good. And we can clearly see that the sun has risen now, and we can turn off some of the panel lightings. They are unnecessary at this point. So let's just turn them off, ladies and gentlemen. It's already off. Let's go to our pedestal, turn off that. can turn off the lighting on the throttle. Turn off that. Let's see, what else can we turn off? We can turn off the lighting of this panel. This is the display. The display still needs to be there. Okay. There we are. We've got a daylight lighting profile here. Let's increase the brightness on the PFD now. And the MFD. The ND. Whatever you like to call it. And the ECAM also needs to be brightened up. Okay, and there we go. That looks quite decent. Okay, we're coming up on Hoovers and we're still 8,000 feet above, I believe, yeah? Yeah, we're roughly about 8,000 feet above where we should be. Nonetheless, we continue our descent, but for sure, by the time we reach the waypoint of Heather, we are definitely going to be back on track with our descent profile for the day. And speed is still being managed automatically by our auto throttle. How many nautical miles to Heather? 23 nautical miles, definitely enough for us to reach flight level 100. What is the altitude restriction over there? 11,500. Let's actually go ahead and tune that in accurately. 11,500. Okay. Let's go outside and have a look at the view, shall we? While we wait for us to descend and reach Heather. My word. Bippity boppity blue is looking quite beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that little sheen. I love the bloom effect. Really makes it look quite cool, doesn't it? Still turning around, huh? Very nice. Very, very nice. Look at how lovely that is. Isn't that beautiful, ladies and gentlemen? Let's look around us. Oh, wow. Some interesting terrain that we've left behind here, isn't it? We're not using the terrain display today. I've turned SimBridge off for this flight. So yeah, we're not going to be using terrain. Not too bad. We're heading towards fairly decent flatter terrain. We don't need the terrain display. High altitude flight here as well, you know. Anyway, we continue our descent here. We are 13 nautical miles from Heather. Okay. We're coming up on Heather here. As you can see, we have managed to get back on top of our descent profile for the day. Enter destination data. We're not going to bother with that today. Okay, Heather is coming up at 3 nautical miles away. We've made our required altitude. Our next altitude restriction is 4,000 at Magnum. You can see Magnum is somewhere around here, right? Can't see Magnum. Oh yeah, after Heather, we're going to be manually flying till we reach Magnum. Okay, so the track 250 is going to be enabled after we pass Heather. We're going to fly along heading 250 degrees. We will then direct the aircraft to fly towards the waypoint of Magnum, at which we should be at 4,000 feet. So let's actually go ahead and begin our descent to 4,000 feet here in manage mode. And there is the runway that we will be landing into, 16C at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. For now, let's just follow this heading here, and we are coming in a little fast, aren't we? The aircraft is failing to make that turn effectively. We don't have any speeds inputted into the VNAV here either, so we should probably manually slow down here. Let's come off managed mode. Let's go down to 270 knots here. The Airbus does slow down quite quickly, unlike the 737-900, which I fly. So, because it slows down quite quickly, we don't need to worry too much. I'm going to slow down towards, descend towards 4,000 feet before we engage and fly directly to Magnum. Okay. Apart from that, everything is looking okay. We've reached our target speed, 270 knots. You can see that we've started descending steeply now, down towards 4,000 feet. Let's look out the window, shall we? Oh, there it is. There is the airport Seattle Tacoma International right below us, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you can see it. Let me sit up. There it is. There it is. We'll be landing obviously into 16C. We're going to land this way. So that's where we're going to be landing today, in case you're wondering. Okay. The airport where we're landing into, ladies and gentlemen, right there. There it is. Seattle Tacoma International Airport. Okay, let's come back here. We continue to fly along this track heading here. You know what we'll do? We will now engage the direct to Magnum. Direct. We have now. What's going on here? Oh, it has actually taken us directly to Sodo. I don't know why that happened. Maybe because we were too far ahead. Let's see. Yeah, we should be way lower for Sodo. Okay, let's put that down to 2000. Let's reduce our speed significantly here to 220 knots. Let's open up our speed brake. Let's turn on landing lights. We have crossed 10,000 feet here, haven't we? We'll also turn on the nose wheel lights here to takeoff position. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? We're turning towards Sodo now. It's interesting. I thought I told it to go directly towards Magnum, but for some reason we are going to Sodo. It's not a big deal. We can actually program that. It's actually an ILS waypoint, so we can actually program that manually right now if we like. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to Magnum. So MGNM. Can we put that in? Oh, it's not in database. Okay. You know what? Not to worry. Go back to flight plan. We can tune in Anvil, which is also a waypoint. There we go. We're now flying directly towards Anvil. Okay. Let me have a look at what our display is looking like. Why are we doing what we're doing? Let's see. Direct to Anvil. Okay, let's try that. I don't know what's going on here right now. Ooh, okay, I see what has happened. I guess we'll have to come in manually for the landing, but apart from that, I don't think there's anything else wrong. Let's just reduce our speed further here to 210 knots. Speed brake is still out. Let's just go ahead and drop our flaps, to position number 1. Okay. For some reason I'm not able to, you know what? We can go ahead and engage waypoint Heather once again, I guess. If we're unable to, we can put in Heather, clear the flight plan discontinuity, and that still doesn't take us anywhere, does it? Okay. Let's go here, go to arrival, go to ILS 16C, and insert all of this. Still doesn't take us to this. That's interesting. Okay, not a problem. We'll just come in and land manually, I guess, right? So what we'll do is we'll go to heading mode now. I hope the heading is, we will begin turning our aircraft, and let's also actually level out at 3,500. Want to go to 3,500, nothing more. Okay. Okay, we've got a warning sign going on. Come on, what is going on here? What is it warning us about? Okay, there we go. All good. Okay, since we have lost our waypoints and for some reason we can't program them, just go in and land manually. It happens, right? It is what it is. Okay.
2,500.
2,500. We are tuned into the ILS actually. Should be able to catch it, to be honest with you. Let's just go ahead and flatten out our climb, our descent here. And let's put our TR to TA mode only. The TCAS to TA mode only. We have flattened it at 2,100. We know that the airport is right behind us, so we'll just keep going forward here. Turn around the city of Seattle, and then we'll come into land at 16C as scheduled. Nothing much to worry about. Let's go ahead and arm the ground spoilers. Auto brakes can come on. We've got all the lights on as we want them. Yes, we do. Let's see. Anything else? Flaps. We still have to make that turn. We'll slow down after the turn. Not a big deal. We'll literally keep going forward. Turn around the city here, the skyscrapers, literally like this, and then go into land. For some reason, the FMC won't let me fly to those waypoints. Usually in a Boeing, when I miss some waypoints, that's what I do. But here, it did not let me do that. No problem. We are still very much fine. Okay. Let's have a look from outside, shall we? Our gear is down already. Should probably take the gear up, right? We don't need the gear down. Just put the landing gear back up for the time being. There is the airport. We have clear visibility today. Lucky for us. We have to perform this without any standard instrument procedures. And there is the city of Seattle. Assets loading up on the ground, I'm guessing. Very nice. Okay. We'll go back inside. We'll turn around the city as planned. We will come into land, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Let's see. What speed should we put? Let's go down to 180 knots. That will allow us to drop the flaps as well. Auto throttle is still engaged, by the way. Good thing we have visuals and we don't need to program in the arrivals procedure again. Okay, we'll drop the flaps down to position number 2. Seattle off to our right. We can begin making the turn, can't we? Just wait a bit more. As a matter of fact, let's just begin making the turn slowly. Is that the... okay. What is our altitude right now? 2,000 something feet. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can actually go up to 3,000 if we like. Well, let's actually go up to 2,500 here, just in case. I can actually reduce the flaps to 3. Reduce the speed to 175. I can begin turning the aircraft around to line up with our runway here. Okay, Seattle off to our right once again, guys. 2,500 reached. Just level off at this altitude right here, 2,500. Brilliant, 175 knots. Let's go down to 170.
2,500.
I can't see out this window yet, can we? Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. We are perfectly on track, ladies and gentlemen. Although I can't exactly see where the airport is right now. Well, I'm guessing somewhere there. Okay. We'll fly a little bit more in front before we begin our turn into the airport. As a matter of fact, we can do that right now, can't we? So beautiful. Okay. We are turning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go down to 155 knots of speed. Flaps can come to full now. Ground spoilers can come to armed now. And we can turn it a little bit more. There are the runways. We have runway inside, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can catch the localizer here. Let's see. Can we catch the localizer? Yes, we can. Localizer is being caught. Excellent. Let's see if we can actually catch glide slope as well. Can we catch glide slope? Cat 3 single. We can turn on the second autopilot as well. Waiting to catch glide slope. Beneath us is Seattle, by the way. There it is. There's Seattle. Have a look from outside. There is Seattle, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice, isn't it? Very, very nice. So beautiful. Okay, let's go back inside, and we still don't have a glide slope. We are a little low, so I guess, you know, we'll catch it right in time. When we are back on track, ladies and gentlemen. After a minor hiccup with the waypoints, we are back on track. Once again, as you can see, localizer is caught. It's lining us up with runway 16C. Flaps are full. Landing lights are set, right? Yeah, they're on, everything is on. Excellent. Ground spoilers armed, speed brake, glide slope has been caught. Let's turn this to the ILS so we have a look. There it is. We have the radio altimeter coming in now. We can turn our speed to 150 knots. Coming a little slower. At 1,000 feet we will, there it is. The landing checklist has been decided to show up. Let's put our seatbelts to on, shall we? Smoking, no smoking lights to on as well. Let's go ahead. At 1,000 feet we will drop the landing gear and I'll take manual control here. We should hear the captain make the announcement to the cabin crew as well. Look at how lovely that looks, man. Such amazing, amazing scenery. Oh, there's a runway beneath us. Wonder what airport that is. I actually don't know. Okay, we're coming in pretty close here. Altimeter just to make sure we're calibrated. Oh, we're not. My goodness. Let's see. Okay. That's just not too bad. Just a little bit of a variation. We're calibrated now. Coming through 1,400 feet. We should probably drop the gear now. Dropping the gear. Hope he makes the announcement to the cabin crew. He's supposed to.
1,000. 1,000.
Okay. We will take control now. And we have manual control, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure controls are working. Yes, they are. We are dipping. Okay.
500.
500 feet, slightly below the glide slope. As I hope that aircraft stops at the taxiway and doesn't cross
400.
onto the runway when we try and land here. Landing checklist basically complete.
400.
Let us go in for a landing, ladies and gentlemen. Our speed here should be
300.
much, much lower.
300.
Pull up. Pull up.
Okay.
200.
200.
100.
100.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Okay. We have touched down, ladies and gentlemen, at Seattle Tacoma International Airport. I apologize about the last minute fumble there with whoa, what was that? We literally hit into something in the middle of the runway, didn't we? That is interesting. Let's have a look outside. Oh my goodness, there's literally a glitch in the scenery. Do you see that? There's literally a glitch in the scenery where the aircraft literally bumped on it. That's messed up. But anyway, sorry about the last minute about towards as we were coming into land. I forgot that I had set the auto throttle speed to quite high. So I was I took my hands off the control and tried to turn the knob, and then I realized I might as well just disconnect it. But anyway, nonetheless, we had a great touchdown. Despite the hiccups, let's push our flaps up, bring our landing lights to off. Slow down the aircraft here. Speed brakes can come off as well. Oh my goodness. There was something really wrong with the scenery. And it just did that to us. I can't believe that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you saw, there's something wrong with the scenery loading and it literally bumped the aircraft. And because I have everything set to realistic, ta-da, there you have it. But anyway, well, I guess I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll pretty much see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.